Alright, looking back at the rules, I'm actually in a good spot here. This entire time I was thinking I couldn't attack those guys because they were behind the walls, and the way the line of sight works, I couldn't trace my line through the structures. But Fly says structure squares do not block line of sight to and from models with Fly. So if a model, in the case where we don't have models inside structures like we do here, that means that anybody can shoot at a model with Fly, and a model with Fly can shoot at anyone else. So we'll act as if these structure lines aren't there. And luckily for us, Glimmerdusk Ranger has this Batwing key, which gives her Fly. Which means not only can the Celestial Herald take care of these guys, she can do it as well, which is good because it is her turn to act. So we'll start with her. The Glimmerdusk Ranger will take a pot shot right at that Dread Knight in front of her. Her dexterity is base 2 blue, 1 red. She has the Batwing key, which will give her 1 green dex. Deadly Dirt gives her 1 blue dex. Burnt Twig gives her another dex, blue dex. So let's see, the Dread Knight here has an armor of 2. With the Mighty Monster table, it is an armor of 3. Oh no. And I got only 3, which means it is not a good hit. She's got 2 more actions. We'll try that again. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 again. That is not helping us. And hold on. I forgot. The minstrel with his jaunty tune is actually giving me 1 more blue dice. So with the first one, they're both 3. Let's see what happens with the first attack. That would have done the damage onto him. The second one would have not. And then this third attack would have done the final damage to take him out. Because you kill a minion, you get 1 threat. And that would be her actions. But I'm going to start moving her forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so that we're ready for whatever nonsense happens over there. Alright, so now that she's taken her actions, the only other person who can take care of that Necromancer is the Celestial Herald. So let's activate her and start taking shots over at the Necromancer. The Necromancer's defense is also 2, which means it gets bumped up to 3. Celestial Herald's dexterity is 3 blue dice plus 2 red dice from her items and 1 more blue dice from the Elvish Bracelet. She is not within range of Jaunty Tune, so she can't get any of the benefits from that. So we've got to get better than 3 stars here. Alright, let's try and not knock over everybody. But yes, that was plenty of stars. And a potion to give to Glimmerdusk Ranger if she doesn't already have it. So everyone's full up on potions. We've done 1 damage to him. Try it again. What? 1, 2, 4, 5, plenty. That is another damage onto the Dust Coven Necromancer. He's got 3 health, so 1 more would do it. 2, 4, 6, 8. Bam. Which means she'll take all the threat back. I am going to just have her move up to the limit here. Don't want to go into here because then it will activate the Explore card, which will spawn creeps and will do other stuff. So here's a good place to be. We'll wait there. So the monster's turn, we'll get the card, spawn. Of course. Which means that the spawn point will spawn everything on its card. From the Shallow Graves, the Dust Coven, the Dust Mage, the Dread Knights, the Boneheads, everything. Alright, so let's get them all on here. But I get to place where they get to go. But they all have to be outside of 2 first, and then if they can't do that anymore, then they will start getting within adjacency. So I want to get as much cannon fodder here out of the way. Because I have an idea here. So yes, right there, I can no longer do placements where people are no longer going to be adjacent. So now they have to start getting into the adjacency. I believe that's everything. 2, 4, 6, 2 of those, 2 of those, and 1 necromancer. Alright. That's everybody placed. That is the spawn action, which means another point of damage will go onto the shallow grave. Putting it at 2, I believe. Back to the hero's turn. The minstrel has to activate first, which means bloop, take that off. And we're going to have him move and go 1, 2, 3. He'll pick up that coin, put it into the backpack, which will take a threat. 4, 5, 6, 7. And I mean, for this, all intents and purposes, we can have him activate Jaunty Tune. Don't necessarily need him to, but he will. Because why not? Jaunty Tune is the aura of 2, so currently both the Minstrel and the Glimmerdusk Ranger get it, not the Celestial Herald. But whatever. Activating that will give him another point of threat. He's got 2, Celestial Herald has 3. Now I forgot, from the prior power-up phase, we would have gotten 2 loot cards for killing the 2 monsters. Let's see, actually these spikes will replace the Dwarven Horn on the Wandering Minstrel, upgrading from blue to a red. Great. And as for the diamond plate, I don't think that really benefits anybody, so we'll just discard that. Alright. So between the Glimmerdusk Ranger and the Celestial Herald, who do I want to go next? Perhaps the Glimmerdusk Ranger will be the best choice here, so that I can burst everyone down, and then when it's time for the boss to come up, the Celestial Herald has a better chance of dealing with him. Potentially, I don't know. Or I could take a chance and get that treasure chest. That's a good possibility as well. So first, Glimmerdusk Ranger. Let's see. Can I do it from here? The Glimmerdusk Ranger Sparkle Burst is a range of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that could, and that will, take care of that. And because slope, the way that it works, we can go from the corner to his corner, and I have line of sight to that, no problem. So let's do that. Sparkle Burst. Now I'm going to drink Glimmerdusk Ranger's potion to give her just that extra boost of defense, which will take a threat. So, Glimmerdusk Ranger's dexterity is now 2 blue, 1 red base, plus the Batwing Key for 1 green, plus the Deadly Dirk, plus the Burnt Twig, plus the Jaunty Tune, plus her potion. Now, all this is just going to burst onto here. The highest defense is probably that Dread Knight with 3. And I've got plenty of stars here, no problem. Hearts and potions, healing people from status ailments, and returning potions to their NPCs, or to their proper cards. Which means he'll take a damage, and he'll take a damage. And the Dread Knight will take 1 damage. And that Dusk Acolyte has 1 health. You'll take a damage. And that'll actually blow up this spawn here. Just like that. Which means it'll drop the coin right there in its place. But that also means during the power-up phase, the boss is coming. Alright, so Sparkle Burst takes 2 actions. I have 1 last third to hopefully take out that Dread Knight. With this many dice, I hope I can do it. 2, 4. Whew. That almost didn't happen. The knight's gone. And this will cost the Glimmerous Ranger 4 threat. Killing 4 monsters will give her all of it. She now has 5. But that was a very successful turn there. Now I could go onto the tile there and kind of start the actual encounters, so to speak. But maybe I might want to hold off. I'm not sure. I don't know if I want to get onto that tile. No, I don't have to. I'll wait here since I don't need to go on there, as a matter of fact. And I'm just going to put this here to represent that the Glimmerous Ranger has taken her own potion, which means she has stealth, which means if other models want to target her, they need to get 4 closer. Because stealth says actions targeting the model with stealth reduce their range by 3 to a minimum of 1. So if your range is 4, your range is now 1, meaning they have to get even so much closer just to fulfill all their requirements for their actions. But anywho, that is 2 action, or 2 heroes rather, which means now it is time for power up. We defeated 4 monsters, meaning we'll get our 3 items here. Diamond Helm, kind of garbage. Wizard Ring, pretty garbage. And a Lemon Peel, literally garbage. I'm gonna throw those away, don't need those. So what are the monsters going to do? First, they're gonna power up, meaning the boss is here, Von Drac himself. And the action is grind, horde, spawn. Horde means spawn commands affect all disturbed spawning points. Alright, that's not a problem right now. Spawn. Okay, so obviously there's no spawn point here. And so you would think spawn would mean, I believe in the rules, if you get the spawn card and there is nothing to spawn, for instance there's no disturbed points or there are no spawn points left, then you would discard this card, forget about it, and draw a new card. However, Von Drac here is a shapeshifter, meaning he has 2 different cards. He has his Von Drac humanoid model and his transformed giant bat. Shapeshift only activates when, I believe, the spawn card is drawn, and the boss would only appear when all spawn points are dead. So I think in this scenario, we don't disregard the spawn card and draw a new card. Instead, we spawn Von Drac's shapeshift. So we'll take this model and put in Nocturne, the giant bat model. Get a load of this guy. It's truly going to be a menacing foe here. So instead of using the humanoid model card, we'll be using the Von Drac Nocturne shapeshift card. It is strength 6, armor 4, range of 4, health of 8, movement 8, 3 action points. Fly. This guy's going to be a hurt machine, to say the least. But luckily, since we don't disregard this card, it means the monster turn is over. And it is back to the heroes. Perhaps we can finish off Von Drac in the next round, or the next 2 rounds. But now the final fight has started.